Hey, it's Chris Allingham with the Virtual Weber Bullet. Today I want to talk a little bit about an obscure topic. It's the Cook's Illustrated Recipe Index that I host on my discussion forum, the Virtual Weber Bulletin Board. Now, if you found your way here to this video looking for information about Cook's Illustrated magazine and recipes, let me just tell you quickly what rabbit hole you've fallen down into. My name is Chris Allingham. I publish a website called the Virtual Weber Bullet. I've done that for 27 years. It's a website about how to make backyard barbecue using Weber smokers. I've also got a discussion forum that supports conversation about Weber grills and barbecuing and grilling. And I've also got this YouTube channel, which I started back in 2007 to provide some videos associated with my barbecue articles that I've written. So if you're interested in backyard barbecue, please check the links out in the description below this video and look at my other web stuff. But the purpose of this video is to talk about this Cook's Illustrated Recipe Index that I host on my discussion forum. I stumbled upon this index back in 2019. It was created, I think, starting back maybe in 2006 by a woman named Holly Hinman. She had her own cooking website or blog, and she was a fan of Cook's Illustrated magazine and the recipes, and she found it frustrating to try to find recipes in her collection of magazines. So she started a Excel spreadsheet where she entered in all the titles of all the recipes by month and year, and she categorized them by beef, chicken, seafood, bread, salads, pizza, breakfast, desserts, and so on. And then she now had a searchable index that she could, you could bring up all the beef recipes, or if you're looking for enchiladas, you could do a Control F, search on the term enchilada, and find all the enchilada recipes. So she created this for, I think, the years 2001 through 2006 initially, because that's the collection she had. And then she began to add, every 2 months when a new magazine came out, she put the recipes in the spreadsheet and kept updating it. And she put it out onto her website. Her website, by the way, was called Holly's House of Ham and Cheese, which is a funny name, but it looks like it's kind of a general cooking and recipe website. Anyway, uh, people got turned on to the index because back in those days, Cooks Illustrated did not offer an index of their recipe collection from all their magazines over all the years. Other people would download the spreadsheet and then they'd go back to their collection of magazines outside the range that Holly personally had, and they would update the index with what was in their magazines. And eventually it became quite comprehensive, going all the way back to 1994. Fast forward to, well, in reverse from here, 2019, I stumbled upon this index and it hadn't been updated for about 5 years. And I had the magazines necessary to update it to 2019, so I did that. And then I reached out to Holly and said, hey, I've got an updated spreadsheet if you want to put it on your website. And I didn't hear from her. And I tried again, I didn't hear from her. So I didn't know, even though the website was up, she wasn't responding. I thought maybe she, who knows what was up. But anyway, I decided let's go ahead and put this on my website. I'll host it with the updated version. If I ever hear back from Holly, I'll be happy to let her take this back over again. So I updated it for 5 years worth of issues from 2014 to 2019, and then I continued updating it as well, about twice a year, about every 6 months. And I've had some people actually download from my website, and there's one guy who took it all the way back to the very beginning, the earliest issues, including the charter edition that they had. And I had another guy at one point download the file, and he updated it for about 6 months or so. So it's been a collaborative effort from a variety of people over many, many years to update this index. And at this point now, I'm the one who's updating it. About every 6 months, I put in 3 issues worth of recipes, and then I put an updated version back on my discussion forum. And by the way, it's not just recipes. Holly also included the titles of the major articles that they have each month. So sometimes they'll have articles about, everything about knives, or all about chickpeas, or how to make sourdough bread. And so they'll have these general information articles that are how-tos, or they're product reviews and ratings. So the titles of all those articles are also in the index. So it's a pretty useful thing. Now, as I mentioned, Cooks has come out with their own version of this, which you have to pay for, but this is a free index that you can download. It's an Excel format, easy to use. Now, the most important question, how do you get your hands on this recipe index? Well, you can download it from my discussion forum at tvwbb.com. Once again, that's tvwbb.com. You need to register to participate in the forum. So at the top of the page, you'll see a register link. You'll click that. And then to register, you have to provide your real first and last name. And there's a couple of questions just to prove that you're a human. You have to indicate what your favorite brand of grill is, because this is a grilling website. So let me give you a hint. Type in Weber, W-E-B-E-R, and that'll get you through. And I'll have a link in the description down below to show you exactly where you need to go to find that download. There's a lot of stuff on the website, so I'll provide you a direct link on where to go in order to get that. Once you're a registered member, you can download that file, and you can come back at later dates and download the updates that we have every 6 months or so. I hope that if you're interested in Cooks Illustrated, if you're a collector of the magazines, if you love recipes and you want some help finding them within their vast collection of recipes over all these decades, that you'll check out the recipe index. I think you'll like it. Well, that's it for today. I appreciate you watching my video. I appreciate you very much. If you would like and subscribe to my videos, I'd really appreciate it. If you have any comments about this video or about the recipe index, or any questions or thoughts or suggestions about it, I would appreciate that if you'd put those down. If you register a comment, provide a comment, I'll be happy to take a look at those. I look at all of them. I try to respond to most of them. And by the way, I should just close in saying that one suggestion people have had is, is there a recipe index for Cook's Country, which is the companion to Cooks Illustrated? And there is not, and I am not taking on that responsibility. I do not have back issues of the magazine. I used to. I got rid of them during a move at one point. So, but maybe that's something you might want to take on. So give that some thought if you've got every Cooks Country magazine going back to the beginning. Anyway, that's it for today. Take care, everybody. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.